Restaurant Unstoppable. Inspire, empower, and transform the industry.
Why was this your choice? Well, I mean, it was your choice. We know why it was, because it was you. But what was it that made you choose this?
So let's just put it this way. I came to New York when I was 20 years old, and I fell in love with the city. In a day and a half, I knew I belonged there. I can't tell you why. I still don't know it, but I felt it that was going to be my destiny. That was going to be my home. And so once I settled in for the first couple of weeks, I had to get a job. And the first thing that I could do was to become a busboy. And I became a busboy in an Italian restaurant. And within, a week, they looked at me and it was like, looks like you know what you're doing. And I became a waiter. And then I became a manager in less than 3 months. And just because I knew how to approach people. And so I realized that there were so many Italian restaurants around the area. It was the Upper East Side, where there were lines of people waiting outside. I once saw Federico Fellini and Sofia Loren standing outside an Italian restaurant. They were probably 25 deep in the line, waiting to get into that restaurant. So one night, I had a night off, and I went to that restaurant. I tasted the food, and I could not believe it. It was not up to my standard. So the thing that came to me is like, listen, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I don't have the most talent, but I know that I can do a lot better than what these guys are doing here. So I called up a couple of friends in Italy that I went to school with. I did go to the Culinary Institute.
Okay.
And I called them up, and they were cooks in a restaurant in Milan. And I say, hey, guys, you need to come to New York because we got to open an Italian restaurant.
We got some opportunities.
And they go like, well, how much are you paying? I'm like, forget about the pay. There's so many beautiful women in New York. You're just going to be so happy. And they went, okay, send us a ticket. 3 weeks later, I sent these guys a ticket, and they moved over. A month and a half later, we ended up opening our first restaurant.
Beautiful people do flock to New York. I noticed that the last time I was there. New York, Texas, I would say Los Angeles, Miami. There's definitely some hot spots in this country, so I can back that up.
Well, listen, I came from the countryside of Italy, and there were beautiful girls over there. Italian women are gorgeous, but then you land in Manhattan, and you're just, whoa, what is going on here, right?
Yeah,
and for a 20 years old, you think about food, you think about wine, but before those two, you always.
So back to something that you said that struck a chord with me. You said the reason why you progressed so fast is because you knew how to approach people. How do you approach people? Specifically, how were you approaching people? How do you approach people in hospitality?
Big smile on your face is the first thing, right? That's the biggest business card. And then
maybe say their name correctly when you first meet them.
Yeah, exactly. I think a sense of humor is extremely important. If you can make somebody smile, you might have a great restaurant and, it's well designed and looks expensive and people come in and they don't necessarily know your menu. So they're a little bit out of their place. And, you see this couple walking in. I've done it in training so many times. Couples come in and they look at each other. It's like, honey, what are we doing? What are we ordering? I don't know. What do you want to drink? I don't know. What are you drinking? Well, I don't know what I'm going to drink because I don't know what I'm going to eat. But so I train my entire staff from GM to waiter and bartender to go and approach and start telling them what's amazing about this place. Make yourself the tool. You are the expert already.
Yeah, you know what
they don't know
want.
anything.
Yeah.
You know better than they know. So if you go out there and, it is as simple as going, oh my God, guys, I can't believe you're here tonight. Stacy's behind the bar. She makes these incredible mojitos. If you walk out of here without trying one of them, I believe you'll be missing out a lot. If it's okay with you, I'm going to bring you 2 of those. If you don't like them, you can throw them at me. I'm not going to charge you, but I believe you need to try them. What is a guest going to say? Unless they don't like mojitos. Unless they don't like mojitos, and it could be, oh, you don't like a mojito. You know what? There is this burning mandarin that Pablo's doing that is insane. We already won 3 awards with that. You've got to try. Let me just bring you some.
Control the conversation.
The whole thing. Control the experience.
Yeah, the experience.
Right?
They're there to be entertained, or to get the experience, be the experience.
Not only. I taught my teams that they can change lives any given day by the approach that they have with their guests. People come in and they might be on the verge of a breakup. People might want to do something radical just because they're in a bad mood. They might want to go back to their office and fire that one person because they overheard something crazy, and they say, no, I can't keep that person. And they just react to it instead of taking the time of really doing a little bit more investigating or thinking. But if you take them out of that really bad mood that they're in, and all they're thinking while they're having that lunch is go back and fire that person, and they just keep thinking, they're playing that movie in their head, you take them out of that movie for 1 second, let them have an amazing experience during that lunch, their mood is going to be in a very different place. They're probably going to think about it differently. And when they go back to the office, they're not going to be so angry, not going to be so upset. And they're not just going to act. They're going to think about it and say, you know what? I had such a great day. Why ruin it with firing somebody? Let me look into this a little bit more. Same thing, a couple that comes in that doesn't know what to talk about. They've been married for 30 years. They come into your restaurant. They don't know what to talk about anymore. Give them something to talk about, whether it's you, your personality, or something that you and your chef and prepare for them special.
Yes.
Let them talk about something because they haven't talked to each other. Now they find something that they get excited about it. At that time, guess what happens? They might go home, make babies. I don't know. It is whatever it is, right? But bring them back.
Yeah,
people that have been together for a long time, that doesn't mean that they don't have anything else to say, even if they have been together for a long time. Find something. So you can change their lives.
Yeah.
Because you're entertaining them.